I caused my wife and I to lose contact with 90% of her relatives over my decision to stand up against an elderly relative's abuse years ago. I married into a family that is both very large and very conservative. It was in another country and I won't reveal which country for reasons of privacy. In this family, every second or third cousin was as close as a first cousin, and there was an abundance of them, and the family's elder members were held in high esteem almost to the point where they were infallible. There was one man in that family I came to despise. He was the brother of my wife's grandmother, and he lived right around the corner of our house. It was a simple man, not particularly well-to-do, although his house was quite pretty, a widower. He had married again to a woman who was herself on her second marriage. He had adult children of his own, stepchildren, and some very young children, a baby and a toddler with his new wife. The man was very pious teetotaler, member of the Adventist church. He carried with him a guitar to every mass where he forward play psalms and gospel music. Hoovent, we would hear music coming from his house. At first me and this man's family were okay. I heard some bad stories, sure, but I never minded him much. I needed to give him the benefit of the doubt I felt, so I did. This man fight, let's call him Uncle Bing. He had a stepdaughter who lived with his wife and him. They made that girl work the field of their farm nearby. For hours on end she would have to stand in the field scaring the birds away to protect the crops. They made her into a human scarecrow. This made me uncomfortable, but I hid my feelings. I'd out wouldn't help anyway, my wife said, because of cultural differences and whatnot. Things just kept getting worse. The more I found out about the man, the more it destroyed me to live near to him and see the things he did to that poor girl. She ran away from home on 5 occasions, each time she was found and severely beaten. I befriended a man and woman from the village who one day found her hiding out in the house of the woman's father when she had climbed into the highest tree and fallen asleep there. They found her in the morning. As it turns out, Uncle Bing had been starving his stepdaughter. The younger kids, his biological children by a second wife, got nice food. His stepdaughter, let us call her Cinderella Fort, she got nothing but plain rice or old bread. On warm days, if an ice cream vendor would pass by, bells ringing, Uncle Bing would send out his wife with some money to buy the kids ice cream fun. Everyone but Cinderella. If she was lucky, she would get the thrown away ice cream cone of her brother half chewed up, or nothing at all, as most of the time they'd never even call for her on the field nearby. On scorching hot days, she would pull the little kids around in a plow, a very heavy old metal thing, and her stepfather would sit on his old lazy ass on that same plow as they used her as a human donkey for their amusement.